bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's the home opener of this new season between the Atlanta Braves and the Miami Marlins. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you to another edition of Baseball on MLB Network. I'm joined by Dan Plesac. And Dan, as we get things going this season, it's pitching that has to be key if this team's going to have success.
Just like any team, pitching is going to be a key factor for this ball club as the year plays out. I'm sure the staff will have its ups and downs, but if they can pitch like they can, I think this team is going to be pretty successful.
All right, the stage is set. The starters get their final tosses in out in the bullpen, and we've got a good one in store for you folks. Play-by-play is coming up next. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2017 Miami Marlins.
Quickly now, we'll look at the two men who'll get the starting assignment here in this home opener. And now a moment to show you the lineup for Atlanta in this one. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, one guy to watch is Nick Markakis. He's had a tremendous season on the road. If you look at his on-the-road batting average, he's one of the best players in the league. He's hitting over 400 away from home, and that's the case here, so I expect to see him have another big game.
Wei-Yin Chen gets the ball for the opener in front of these hometown fans. What's your take on him, H?
Well, Matt, this guy's not going to blow you away. He's a consistent major league pitcher. Look, his ERA last year a little bit over 4, but he takes the baseball. And he's a guy that's going to take his lumps, but he's going to keep coming back at you. And I think we'll probably see that kind of performance today. Well, let's take a look at the Marlins defense, brought to you by Majestic. In this day and age, with analytics and the shift applied all over the field, this team is old school. They may be a dinosaur. They don't shift as much as everybody else. They play that stationed, standard baseball.
Here's Ender Inciarte, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
For Atlanta, center fielder number 11, Ender Inciarte.
And a cold strike on the game's first pitch as we bring you this one here tonight. This Marlins ball club, Harold Reynolds, as they begin play here tonight. It's been, all things considered, a pretty good start to the campaign as they have 4 wins from their first 6 tries.
Well, Matt, I really like their pitching staff, but I think the key to this game is clearly falls on their shoulders. They throw off-speed pitches for strikes, and they mix the pitch as well. I think if they do that, they got a chance to win.
There is Hechavarria. He's got it for the first out.
Second baseman.
Here's Brandon Phillips, and he has not gotten off to the start he had hoped for with the bat. It's been a real struggle for him out of the gate. First pitch on its way. Takes a knee-high fastball. Temperature here at game time, a comfortable 75 degrees tonight. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And this one misses to Phillips. It's a ball and a strike.
Now that's that old school slider right there, trying to get in on his hands. We see that with a cutter a lot, but the slider's even more effective because you can't pick up the spin.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And this will find the seats behind the first base dugout.
Oh, man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
Sent on the ground out to second. Throw to first takes care of Phillips, and he's retired for out number 2.
Batting third, first baseman number 5. Freddie.
Settling in
Freeman.
now, Freddie Freeman. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. First pitch of the at-bat. Looking at a tough pitch called a strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Chop foul over towards the dugout. The 0-2 delivery. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Working the plate is Carl Dixon.
Matt, you know, Dixon's interesting. I've seen a lot of pitchers complain because he's a hitter's umpire. He's really tight on the corners. You got to basically put the ball in the middle of the plate to get that call. Pitchers can't stand it. Hitters love him.
Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Braves. And now the Marlins will have a crack at things. No score. Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
You know, I think everyone should keep an eye on Christian Yelich. He had over 90 RBIs last year. What a great season, but I think he could do even better. His goal this year, I think it's got to be 100 runs batted in. He's that kind of a hitter.
Jaime Garcia gets the ball for Atlanta in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5-pitch repertoire that he has? That gives him a lot of options for both righties and lefties. And if he's on, he could be really tough to hit.
All right, here's how the Braves line up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And I'm looking at that dude BP. Yeah, the second baseman right there. He is really special. I love the nickname, but on top of that, Brandon Phillips is a showman. Hit a ball at him, and he'll flip it behind his back. He'll jump up and snag it. He does everything. Can't take your eyes off him.
Here's D. Gordon now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Marlins, second baseman, D. Gordon.
Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. H, these Braves, as they take the field here tonight, they haven't quite been able to get on track yet. They come in 2-4 over their first 6 games. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Tough slider down low for a strike. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Garcia ready, the 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That's some good hitting right there. Great eyes. I mean, to recognize that and lay off it right now, that was nice.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hit toward the right side. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
Well, they're having a good night so far. The pitcher threw a scoreless top of the first, and now he leads off with the single. This is the recipe you want.
In is Christian Yelich. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball 1. A runner at first with no outs here. He's running towards second. A pitch out. The throw. And even a pitch out can't do the trick. He's in there at second. Certainly a very close play at second on that bag. So let's analyze it with show track. We all know he's got plus speed on his side, and you really see it represented in the top speed. That really made the difference on that one. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. The head-to-head line against Garcia. He's gone 2 for 5. Spin and a throw back to second, and he'll be back in standing up. And he comes back with a gorgeous slider there for strike 2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Dribbled up the line. That winds up foul. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Well, we're playing cat and mouse already in the first inning. Look, I know it's a 3-ball count, but I don't think he's pitching around him because look at the on-deck circle. That guy's a pretty good hitter, too.
Here comes the payoff pitch. And he could only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
Giancarlo Stanton now, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well at all in the month of April. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Jumped ahead with strike 1 there, and that's something he's going to do a lot of in this start. He doesn't have lights out stuff, so it's important for him to be pitching ahead and have the hitters on their heels.
Runner goes for third. Pitch outside. The throw not nearly in time as he takes third easily. A man at third with 1 away. One and 2 now. The 1-2 pitch. And a slider is way low, but a good job there to knock this one down. Grounded back up the middle. And that'll get through into center field for a base hit. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Well, Matt, with the runner at third base in less than 2 outs, there's so many ways to score a run by just putting the ball in play. That one there, instead of hitting a ground ball to somebody, at somebody, he hits it right back up the middle and picks up the run. Either way works for me. Put the ball in play.
Standing in now, Justin Bohr, as he'll take a look at ball 1. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. The 1-0 pitch. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Well, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
Runner goes for second. Shoots this one over to first. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And he's safe. Here's Marcell Ozuna. The head-to-head line against Garcia. Not great. He's 1 for 8. He's taken him deep once. First delivery to him on the way. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1.
Matt, this is how you want to start a game. First inning, you already jump on them early. You get 1 run in, and now you have 2 other runners on base. You come up with a big hit here, you can really make a big dent right here in this game in the first inning.
Swing and a liner. foul.
Well, that's back-to-back breaking balls. He's able to foul that one off. Will they come back with a third?
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, he better get it back together here quick because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. 2-1 pitch is a slider taken for a called strike 2.
That's the 3rd slider in a row, and I'm going to tell you what, I think he'll probably throw 4 and maybe 5 if he needs it.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Drilled to the right side. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. In to score, the runner from third. So digging in now, Martin Prado. Another first inning RBI opportunity for him here. From the stretch. Hit out towards second. Phillips is there. The second for 1. On to Freeman, and they turn the double play to end the inning. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. So here's Matt Kemp now. He'll start things out in the top half of the second.
Left fielder, Matt Kemp.
Into the windup and the pitch. And he takes ball 1. Out into right center. Well hit. Kemp will turn and go to second. And he will pull into second with a leadoff double.
This is exactly what you want to do when you've gone down by 2 runs. Answer the bell. So he leads off the next inning and gets them going with a double. Now if they can scratch a run or 2 across this inning, they'll be right back in this one.
Adonis Garcia digs in now as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He's ready for his first at bat of this early season contest. Here's the 1-0. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Career numbers against Chen. He's only 1 for 10. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Now a swing and a deep drive to left, and it ain't coming back. That one is out of here. This game is tied. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. Second home run early in the year as the Braves have come back to tie things up at 2 apiece. That home run is definitely worth giving the show track treatment to. And as we look at it, not only an impressive distance shot, but the 110 miles an hour exit velocity is nothing to scoff at either. That's a big boy home run.
Batting sixth.
Here's Nick Markakis now, the right fielder.
Nick Markakis.
As he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
Well, here's a guy we know is swinging it pretty well at the plate lately, and based on those last 2 pitches, I think I know why. He's doing a great job of putting himself at counts where he's likely to be successful.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Frozen with a high fastball there. We'll see if they try to climb the ladder even more on the next pitch.
Now the 2-1 to Markakis. Hit hard down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line.
That's the 7th game he's hit in. Look out. 7 games. That's 1 week of feeling pretty good. Let's see how long he can make this last.
And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. And a high strike there, 0-1. Nobody out, runner on first. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. Now another 1-2. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Never fun to see a pitch come up and in, but obviously not being a fastball, he didn't mean anything by it.
Two and 2 count. Here it comes. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone. So a 2-run shot to left center. First home run of the campaign for him. And it's given the Braves a 4-2 lead.
As a hitter, that feels so good. The previous pitch ran in on him, trying to get him off the plate. But the next pitch, he mashes it out of here. Goes to show you can't intimidate him.
Batting 8.
Stepping in now, Kurt Suzuki. Now this one is blasted to left field, and there's no doubt about it. Back-to-back jacks. So a solo shot there from Kurt Suzuki. First home run of the campaign for him. And just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game.
Well, when a manager talks about hitting being contagious, that is exactly what we're talking about. One guy tees off, and the guy behind him starts to feel a little bit more confident, a little bit more focused. The next thing you know, you've got 3 home runs in an inning, and your entire offense is off and running.
In now, Jaime Garcia. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And there's ball 1.
I'm sure he's frustrated by that call. Probably could have been a strike, but at the same time, earning strikes from the umpire is a real thing. If you've been all over the place like he has, you're just not going to get much help from the umpires.
And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball.
So tough to lay off that pitch he just missed on. That's a sweeping slider. You got 2 strikes on you. That ball just continues to move, and he laid off it.
Base is empty here with nobody out. Fastball got him looking as that had two-seam action on it. One gone.
Center fielder, number 11. Ender.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ender Inciarte. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Here comes the first pitch. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. One out, nobody on. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the task at hand. And right now he needs to think about this hitter.
Lifted into the air to shallow center. Yelich comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for round number 2.
The second baseman, number 4, Brandon Phillips.
Digging in for his second at bat, Brandon Phillips. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And this one runs up high. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0 now to Phillips. And 2-0 as this one's taken low.
When he's pitching effectively, usually that two-seam fastball is moving quite a bit, but here it's just kind of flat and straight. Could be a big part of the reason why he's getting knocked around.
Lays off a fastball, but it's over for a strike. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Gordon ranging into the outfield, and that's the third out. So they really tee off here for 5 runs in the inning, thanks in large part to 3 big flies. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Braves lead it 5-2. In now is A.J. Ellis. He'll get us going here in the bottom half of the second.
Catcher, A.J. Ellis.
A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. The pitch. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. The 0-2 delivery. And another foul ball. Ready with another 0-2. And he takes strike 3 cold on the fastball. 1 gone.
Just flat out froze him there. Nothing too deceptive about that 4-seam fastball, so I think he wasn't expecting it at all.
Echeverria.
Here's Echeverria now, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's ready for his first at bat of this early season contest. The windup and the 0-1. And that one stayed too low apparently. One and one. Here it comes. Squared that one up just a little late. Bases are empty. 1 man out. And a neck-high fastball that time. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Pretty easy pitch to lay off there, 2-2. Not even close to being in the strike zone. He made it easy for the hitter in that one.
Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. The next 3-2. And that misses for ball 4.
He's going to be pretty upset with himself about that 3-2 pitch. All you want to do in that count is make a competitive pitch, but that one wasn't even sniffing the zone, and he let him get away.
In now, Wei-Yin Chen. He could be bunting here in order to stay out of the double play. First delivery to him on the way. And they'll try and play for one here as he gets this one down. Flip to the second baseman covering now for the out.
The batter, second baseman, D. Gordon.
Digging in to try it again, D. Gordon. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. From the belt, the pitch. First pitch is a slider down low. It's 1-0.
Wow, that's 40 pitches for him already. This doesn't have the makings of a start that he's going to go very deep.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Now the 1-2 home to Gordon. And here's a ball hit in the air. Swanson into shallow left, and the inning is over. Marlins lead 1, and the deficit remains 5-2. With Harold Reynolds and Dan Pizak, Matt Vasgersian with you as Freddie Freeman settles in to start out the inning.
Freeman.
Now the pitch. This is grounded foul. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. The 0-1 is a fastball low, and that evens the count at 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Little dribbler back at him. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
Up next for Atlanta, left fielder, Matt Kemp.
Trying to pick things up where he left off, Matt Kemp. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Into the windup and the pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. And that'll get down for a base hit.
So much for that taking the first pitch. Man, they are aggressive. You've seen them score several runs early in the game. I attribute that to the aggressive hitting.
Into the box, Adonis Garcia. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. A fastball down near the shoe tops. Here it comes on 1-1. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
Well, he's out in front of that changeup. I think, Matt, that was a result of the fastball the pitch before. He's throwing so hard, you got to honor that fastball in that situation.
Now he gets the ground ball to first. This might be two. Echeverria for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. So a good bounce back inning here after the 5-run outburst last time around. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Braves 5 and the Marlins 2. So striding forward now, Christian Yelich. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3. First pitch of the at-bat. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. Two balls and a strike. Here it is. And he gives this a pretty good ride that time, but that's going to be up amongst the crowd. A foul ball. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
Into the box now, Giancarlo Stanton. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. On to Freeman at first, and there are 2 away now.
Up next for the Marlins, first baseman, Justin Bohr.
So stepping in, Justin Bohr. A base hit in his first trip. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. And a fastball's in there for strike one.
Well, he got a high strike on a fastball right there. That's pretty unusual. Usually early in the count, you're going to see a guy work down in the zone. That high fastball, usually the put-away pitch with 2 strikes. He pitched him backwards right here.
Set to deliver the 0-1. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Another 0-2 home. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in, make him prove he can adjust before you do.
And another pitch is hit foul as the battle continues here.
That was the 5th foul ball in this at bat. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
Slider stayed too low. Ball 2.
Oh, I got to give advantage to hitter in this AB. Man, he's seeing a lot of pitches. He's sitting 2-2. Anytime you've seen this many pitches, you now have him measured really well.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouled toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play.
That is the 6th foul ball in this at bat. Now, for those who like to see a lot of pitches, he's doing it for you. You gotta love this at bat, man. That's some kind of concentration. That's the 7th ball he's fouled off in this at bat.
And he struck him out as this epic battle goes to the pitcher, and the side is finally retired. We'll see Nick Markakis when we come back. It's the Braves 5 and the Marlins 2. Here's Nick Markakis now, the right fielder. He'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth.
Markakis.
Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
Well, there's a strike looking, but you know what? They've been so patient. They're leading in this game, I think, because of their discipline at the plate. They're not swinging at balls out of the zone.
Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball one. The 1-1 now to Markakis. A high fastball is in there.
I love how aggressive he is. He's just attacking the zone with the fastball. Here it is. Now he's at 1-2 count, and really he can go anywhere he wants now.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Boy, that's the best pitch in baseball right there with 2 strikes. That elevated fastball. Every hitter thinks that, hey, they can do something with that, but most of the time you get the result that you saw right there. A big swing and a miss and another strikeout.
And next will be Dansby Swanson digging in. He grounds it sharply to third. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Now batting, catcher Kurt Suzuki.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher Kurt Suzuki. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Well, Matt, if I use the cliche, it's not how you start, how you finish, it would apply right now. A couple innings ago, he had a rough inning. Didn't look good. But now he's starting to settle in a little bit better. He may be able to get through this thing.
Swing and a flare hit toward right. Gordon ranging into shallow right, and that's the 3rd out. So nothing happening this time around. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The Braves on top, 5-2. Striding in once again, Marcell Ozuna. Looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat.
Marcell Ozuna.
Here comes the first pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
That's just not a competitive pitch. I mean, that ball wasn't even close. Now the hitter's sitting 2-0.
Here it comes, 2-0. Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0.
Kind of frustrating as a pitcher when you start an inning off with 3 straight balls like he has here in the 4th. Makes you start wondering what's going on.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
Martin Prado now. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
Seems like he's just lost the strike zone these last several pitches. He's got a walk, and that pitch right there, that wasn't even close.
And he looks at a slider in there, 1-1.
Well, I like that, taking that strike right there. Look, he's already walked a couple guys early. He's not throwing the ball consistently in the zone. You have to be patient and make him work.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Sharp slider that time, just missed inside.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
Fourth inning here, already a 5-2 score. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Markakis going back, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Catcher, number 17.
In now is A.J. Ellis. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Hit back up the middle. Scooped up on the backhand. And the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first.
Wow, this manager must be pulling his hair out. Not only does he have to deal with this pitcher walking people, now he's got to deal with his defense tripping all over themselves.
Ready for another chance? Adeiny Echeverria. He drew a base on balls his first time up. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
Matt, here we are, double play situation, and everybody knows he's got that sinker. Maybe get a ground ball and get two, right? But he comes with the fastball right there. Now nobody knows what to see. This is going to be an interesting at bat.
This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now. 0-2. Now the 0-2 from Garcia. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Hey, I know you have to protect the strike zone when you get the count to 2 strikes, but on an 0-2 pitch that misses by that much, it's pretty easy for a hitter not to swing it that way.
The 1-2 pitch. Now a swing here as he flares this one over toward first. To second for 1. On to Freeman, and they turn the double play to end the inning. So no runs on no hits. 1 error in the inning, but a man left stranded. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. It's the Braves 5 and the Marlins 2. At the plate, Jaime Garcia.
Leading
0
off
for 1 for him here in this one.
The pitcher number 54, Jaime Garcia.
Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Into the windup and the pitch. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
He may have to get his eyes checked on that one, because if he's looking for a fastball, man, he had no chance of catching up to that. He better check his eyes. He was really late.
0-1. Here's the pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. Trying to send him packing for the second time. A swinging bunt to the mound. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Now batting, the center fielder, Ender.
Here's Ender Inciarte. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. First pitch of the at-bat. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he misses with it. 1-1.
Hey, you can't let that bother him right there. This might be a good time for the catcher to have a little conversation. Just tell him, next pitch, don't worry about that one.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he just misses with a curveball.
Looked like he was trying to work in a front door curveball there, but it seemed like it popped out of his hand a little early, causing it to miss inside.
5 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error on the Atlanta line score. And this is popped fouled off to the right and back into the seats. line toward right center, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Here's Brandon Phillips. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner.
He's really struggling, and tell you what, he's just getting hit around, but it hasn't been the first pitch strike. He's getting ahead of guys. He just can't put them away. 70% of the time, get this, 70% of the time, he's throwing first pitch strike. The stuff just hasn't been there.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Ball 1. And he'll snap one over to first. And he's back standing. The 1-1 pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Working for the punch out and the offering. That misses, and we're even at 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. It's a swinging bunt up the line, but it gets foul. Heading out towards shallow right. Stanton has a read on it. 2 down. Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Freddie Freeman.
First pitch on its way. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. We're in the 5th inning here. 5-2 is our score. Called strike. 0-2.
Snuck that high hardwood by him without a swing, but that's a pitch and location he can do a lot of damage with. Got to be careful doing that.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2 to short. A toss over to Gordon at second, and that ends the inning. Braves strand 1, and it remains 5-2. Ichiro Suzuki will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 51, Ichiro.
He pulls this one into right. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
Here's D. Gordon now. Oh, and heads up as this is pulled foul. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. And he misses. 2-1.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball left side. And they will not get him at first as he's able to leg out the throw.
You want to talk about speed? Watch him here on this isolation replay. Is he flying or what? I love how smooth he runs, and he just bursted down the line.
In is Christian Yelich. He's gone down on strikes twice already in this one. And Dan, when you know you have a chance to hand someone a hat trick for the game, is there any extra motivation to punch him out again?
Hey, there's no doubt about that, Matt. When you have a good hitter like this and you punched him out twice already, you just want to continue to go out there and make good pitches and see if you can't dominate him for a third time.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Oh, that's it.
Lays off 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. And they pitch out here, but nothing's happening. Ball 2. Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. Not in time. He's in there at second. Well, that stolen base was about as bang as they come, and his show track demonstrates to us right here it was his top speed that really made all the difference. He's definitely got wheels, and they were on display there. Now a look and a throw back to second. Runner back standing. Runner at second here with one man out. Swing and a liner. And that's a fair ball as this one will get down the line. Gordon is on his way home. And that'll plate the runner from second and make it a bit more interesting at 5-3 now. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance. And he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Giancarlo Stanton now. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Here it comes, 1-0. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
We are now watching him put on a clinic. This is exactly the way he loves to hit. Very patient, and now he's got a 2-0 count looking for his pitch.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Ranging back is Inciarte. That one is out of here. This game is tied. A long two-run homer off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton. First home run of the campaign for him as we are all tied at 5.
Yeah, everyone in the stadium, including the guy in the mound, knew it was just a matter of time until this guy cranked one out of here. Well, that's the first one of the year, and many more are sure to follow.
Now some action in the Braves bullpen as they'll stand up a right-hander to get loose. Standing in now, Justin Bour, as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. A high fastball is in there. Hits are even at 7 apiece. Changeup. Good pitch there. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, you count.
Garcia ready, the 1-2. Now a swing and a hard hit grounder, but this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2.
Well, when you're hitting with 2 strikes, you're just in battle mode. Right there, he gets a breaking ball. He just fouled it off. Got a piece of it and stays alive.
Here's another 1-2. And a wave and a miss on a ball that was way out of the strike zone. There are 2 away now.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. So he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Good plate discipline to lay off the slider that time, and he draws even at 2-2.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off, even if you know it's coming. Look, 2-strike slider on the back foot. That's a classic pitch, but he did a nice job of laying off it.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a soft liner toward third. Throw in time, and the side is retired. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. 5 innings complete, all even at 5 apiece. Jeff Locke is into the ball game now as he'll make his 5th appearance of the season here. So here's Matt Kemp now. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance.
Matt Kemp.
And there's his strike right down the heart of the plate. 0-1.
Matt, that ball's right down the middle. It looked like he wasn't even going to offer at it. Some guys don't mind taking the first pitch, and they even feel comfortable when they're down 0-1.
Hit hard on the ground to the right. He lays out, but he can't make the play, and it's through into right.
Well, balls are flying all over the ballpark in this one here, right here, man. Leadoff single, another one here in the middle innings to get things going. This has been a great offensive performance by both teams.
Adonis Garcia digs in now as he'll get caught chasing a bad one there. It's strike 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far.
Come on, Marlins!
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And a changeup right down the middle.
Look, Matt, this guy's got a great sinker. Here's the key. He's got a runner on first base. This is where you can get that ground ball double play. Make him chase that hard sinker and hit it into the dirt and turn one over for you.
Here it comes, 0-2. Breaking ball as this runs in on him, and he has to step out of the way that time.
Well, this isn't how he wanted to start the inning. A leadoff single, and then you almost hit the next hitter. Composure. Got to try to get that ball over the plate and maybe get a ground ball.
A runner at first with no outs here. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
Let's turn 2.
And now this ball's lifted in the air down the right field line, but this will get back into the seats, so the count holds at 2-2. The 2-2 one more time. Sliced hard but foul. Look out over there. Another 2-2 offering. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And that's going to land foul.
Come on, turn the double.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
Let's go, Marlins!
Now another 2-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Ready with another 2-2. Almost got him to go around, but instead it's ball 3.
Wow, how about that? He was tempted to make a swing at that pitch right there. That was way out of the zone, but he just kept his hands back enough.
Full count here. Here comes the pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Here comes the payoff pitch. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Another full count pitch home. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Bohr is over, and he's got it for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, right fielder.
Digging in to try it again, Nick Markakis. His lifetime batting line with Jeff Locke. 2 for 11. He's set. Here it comes. And that misses for ball 1. Runners on first with 1 down. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And Markakis has got himself a base hit.
Another hit, another multi-hit game. He has been on some kind of hot streak. They better start paying attention to him.
Dansby Swanson.
In now, Dansby Swanson as he swings and drives it toward the hole. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit.
Well, that one's going to load the bases up. They held the runner up. They're really looking for a big inning right here, trying to get a big strike out of the next 2 hitters coming up.
Stepping in now, Kurt Suzuki, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far.
Let's run the 5-4-3 here.
Ready with the 1-0. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low.
Putting himself in a pretty bad situation now on 2-0, and the base is loaded. He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
Two 2-0 pitch on the way. Outside, 3-0 now.
Well, nothing can make you question yourself on that mound more than 3 straight balls to a guy you know that you should go right after. Sometimes you just lose the strike zone and you don't know why.
And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
Well, that's just not a good look for the guy on the mound. Bases loaded. You expect him to bear down and really fight to get an out, but instead he walks home a run on 4 pitches.
Tyler Flowers will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Garcia, number 25, Tyler Flowers.
There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. And he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. And this is high, a ball and a strike.
With the infield back and a runner at third, he's definitely pitching for a strikeout or maybe something like a harmless pop-up. You could see it from that high fastball, but that was just a good job of laying off that pitch.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats. Struck him out. So 2 men are dead here, but there's still one big hit away from maybe opening this thing up a bit.
Boy, there's the perfect pitch right there. The straight changeup. He hadn't used it yet in this at bat. And what does he do? He uses it, pulls the string, and gets the big strikeout.
Into the box now, Ender Inciarte. Here's a swing, and oh boy, this could be trouble. And it is trouble. That should be extra bases. 2 runs have scored. Now a third runner heading for the plate. The tag, and he is out at the plate as 2 runs score, but not the third. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. 6th, 7th, and 8th place hitters due up in the bottom of inning number 6. It's the Braves 8 and the Marlins 5. Josh Colmenter is into the ball game now as he'll make his 5th appearance of the season here.
Josh Colmenter.
Ready for another shot now. Martin Prado. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. And the first pitch is chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. A windup and the 0-1. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. And the pitch. I had him lunging there as he's just able to tap it foul at home plate. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Here he comes again, 1-2. And he won't go after the cut fastball. 2-2.
Well, one thing about him, he's an absolute grinder at the plate. You can pretty much count on him battling at the plate every chance he gets.
Three and 2 now. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Here's a little chopper up the middle, backhanded. Phillips throws to first, and that's out number 1.
The catcher, number 17, A.J. Ellis.
Ready once again, A.J. Ellis. In his career against this pitcher, 5 for 14. He's also hit a couple of home runs against him. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. 1 out, nobody on. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. And this one runs a little too far in. Ball 2. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Bases are empty. 1 man out. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2. Adeiny Echeverria will be next. He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. And this one will be out of play off to the left. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Boy, really making him work now as the 7th pitch of the at-bat is also fouled away, so the count will hold steady at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another one sent foul. Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And he'll get to see another one. It'll be the 10th pitch of this at-bat. Once again, a 3-2. In front of the changeup there as this is chopped foul at home plate.
This has turned into quite an at-bat. That's 5 foul balls. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
Now here's a swing and a bouncing ball for the second baseman, Phillips. On to first, and there were 2 down.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria.
Here's Echeverria now. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And so now the Braves will get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Cut fastball inside, ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. And that'll get down for a 2-out single. So the bottom of the inning is still alive after the 2-out base hit.
7 games. Hey, that's 1 week of swinging bat pretty good. He's comfortable right now.
JT Realmuto will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first.
JT Realmuto.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1. Has a look. Now the pitch. Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2 now.
Really deceptive changeup there. Very well executed. It looks like it just sort of dies when it gets close to the plate.
2 out with the man at first. Towards second. A dive, and he knocks it down. And he'll make it to first easily on what will almost certainly be ruled an infield single.
Second baseman.
Here's D. Gordon now. His career numbers against this pitcher comes in with 6 hits in 16 tries. He also has 1 home run. First offering on its way. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike 1 becomes so important to get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at-bat.
2 down, runners at first and second. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Throw on to first will be in time, and the Marlins can't cash in here, and that ends the inning. Marlins strand a pair. Still looking up at an 8-5 deficit. Welcome back to South Florida. 7th inning straight ahead with the Braves leading this one. But before we get it started, let's take a look there at the game summary to this point. Brad Ziegler is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 29, Brad Ziegler.
Into the box, Brandon Phillips. He'll be tasked with starting things as we begin the 7th.
Brandon Phillips.
And that pitch catches the inside corner. The windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw the same hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row, but both of those sliders back-to-back were so good, I might just go ahead and try to throw another one.
And that slider's almost in the dirt.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there. You're down 0-2. You're in protect mode. You want to chase that ball. Nice layoff.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Another 1-2 delivery. Lays off 2-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Fielded by Hechavarria. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
First baseman number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. And they'll start things out with a changeup here, but this is a bit too tight. It's ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. A little roller toward the hole. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Matt Kemp.
So here's Matt Kemp now. His prior history in this matchup: 1 hit in 18 at-bats. 7 strikeouts on the stat sheet as well. And they'll start the at-bat with a sinker as this is chopped foul at the plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Gordon onto the grass. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Braves are set down 1-2-3. They're on top by 3, 8-5. Jason Mott gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Jason Mott.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Christian Yelich. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base, so I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
Right there, and it's quickly 0-2 now.
Well, it's awful difficult, Matt, to hit when you find yourself down 0-2, but particularly when you haven't even swung the bat yet. Now you're in protect mode, and you haven't taken 1 swing.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Tried to get him to chase the cutter there. A ball and 2 strikes. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Hit out towards second. There to play it is Phillips. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
The right fielder, number 27, Giancarlo Stanton.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Giancarlo Stanton. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a ball 1-0. Now here's the pitch. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Inciarte's there. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting,
Riding in once again, Justin Bour. Lifetime versus this pitcher. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. Now here's the pitch. Ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
1-0 pitch on the way. Chop foul right by home plate, and it's a ball and a strike.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. The pitch. And he'll stay alive here, but just barely as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. And this is fouled back and out of play. Another try at 2-2. Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. Miami down in order. Still looking up at an 8-5 deficit. Digging in once again, Adonis Garcia. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8.
Adonis Garcia.
Into the windup and the pitch. Now this is chopped fouled at home plate. It's 0-1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Yelich is under it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now batting, right fielder, Nick Markakis.
Stepping in, Nick Markakis. 2 hits and 3 at-bats for him in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Heavy sinker just stayed inside. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Good looking sinker on the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Little dribbler up the third baseline. Throw, and he's called out on a close play at first.
Now batting, shortstop,
Dansby Swanson will dig in again, and as he does, we'll flash you back to inning number 2 as you get a look at his 2-run homer that was a big blow early on. Into the windup and the pitch. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Here's the pitch. 2-0. 3-0 now.
Yeah, he's all over the place right now. No doubt he's clearly fighting his mechanics.
From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. And a full count now, 3-2. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
And I'm pretty sure he thought that was a strike. He's thinking, what do I have to do? Put a bow on it? Walk it down and put it in the catcher's glove by myself? I think it got called a little outside, so he has to put it behind him now.
Ready for another chance? Kurt Suzuki. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1. One and 0 pitch on the way. This is fought off foul over to the right side. It's a ball and a strike. A runner on first with 2 away. 2-1. Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3. He's set. Here's the 3-1. Sent on the ground out to second. And now this will be a base hit for Suzuki.
A lot of base hits up the middle. Set your sights up the alleys and try to take it back up the middle hard like he did right here. Nice job.
Sean Rodriguez will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 15, Sean Rodriguez.
Shut him down right here.
And he lays off there 1-0.
This is a critical point right here. Things are in danger of getting away from him a little, so we'll see how he deals with it.
2 men are on with 2 men out. On the ground, back up the box, and it'll get through into center field. A base hit. Swanson rounds third and is digging for the plate. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second. That makes it a 9-5 ball game.
Well, that's a big hit. It's late in the game. That puts you up 4 runs. What happens late in the game now with a 4-run lead? A grand slam can't beat you if you happen to give one up. That's a big run.
Here's Ender Inciarte. He swings and sends it in the air out to left center. Ozuna is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Braves get a couple of hits here in plate 1. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Braves 9 and the Marlins 5. Chaz Rowe will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season.
Chaz Rowe.
Now at the plate, Marcell Ozuna. He singled earlier, making him 1 for 2 to this point.
Marcell Ozuna.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Look out, and that'll give him a close shave. Line drive to center field. Inciarte is right there, 1 down.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
Martin Prado now, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Swanson ranges back, and he has it for out number 2.
The catcher, number 17, A.J.
In now is A.J. Ellis. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
First pitch of the at-bat. Seared down the first baseline, but a foul ball here. 0-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Let's go, Marlins.
Oh, and a good tight slider there, and he's in command, 0-2.
He's not messing around this inning. He's attacking the zone. He's showing lots of confidence. He's 0-2 on this hitter after having 2 quick outs. Nice job.
Here comes another 0-2. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
Well, now it's a 1-2 count. He's throwing the same pitch 3 times in a row. He got ahead with it. Now let's see if he puts him away with it.
Ready on 1-2. Lined into left center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Well, he hung that one, and he didn't miss it. That's what you do. Hang it and bang it.
Shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria.
Digging in and looking for more, Adeiny Echeverria. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a ball chopped foul down the left side. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And no one will get this one. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back.
He's just fouling him off till he gets something he wants to hit.
Now another 1-2. In there, a base hit.
Breaking his heart, Matt. Breaking his heart. You got 2 quick outs. He's thinking he's going to cruise through this thing, and now look at it. Boom, boom. Base hits coming back at you. That's why you have to complete the inning.
Derek Dietrich will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here.
Derek Dietrich.
A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Looking to make it 3 straight 2-out hits here. He's got a runner in scoring position at second.
Come on, Derek!
The set and the 1-0 pitch. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
Well, you wouldn't have expected this kind of at-bat out of him, but he's fought himself right back with an opportunity now to really drive in 2 runs.
Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Well, 2 on, 2 outs, and he's got himself in a great hitter's count. Just has to be careful not to get too aggressive. The walk would be good here, too.
Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. And he lays off. Ball 4. So he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news? A single probably drives in a couple of runs.
Standing in, D. Gordon. He represents the potential tying run if he can launch one or find a way around the bases.
Yeah, Matt, I kind of doubt he's thinking about going yard, even though that would be the best result they could hope for. He's not a long ball threat, and he knows it, so he could just be looking for some way to keep that line moving.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Right on the corner, a fastball that he takes for a strike.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
The 0-1 pitch. Fastball that time is nowhere close, and it's even at 1-1. way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1.
Boy, this hole he's digging on the mound is all his doing. If you can't throw strikes, you're not going to be out there very long.
Bases are loaded here. 2 down. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. Christian Yelich would be next. And this is fouled at the plate. Now a swing and a fly ball. Kemp on the move, and they can't run it down. He's set. Here's the 3-2. This is line to left. That's in there. Base hit. 1 run scores. The runner scores from second, and they inch a little bit closer. It's now a 9-7 game.
The way the game is played today, the leadoff guy, he drives in 2 runs, and you don't think a whole lot of it because he's now one of the guys that's an RBI producer. This is not your dad's old game. This is the new school.
Now pitching for the Braves.
So with a left-handed hitter waiting, they'll go to their own left-hander out of the bullpen. In is Christian Yelich as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Hoping to limit the damage. Here's the pitch. A curveball hit right back at him. And not too shabby out of the pen. Takes just 2 pitches to get the ground ball, and that ends the inning. So 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We've played 8 full. It's the Braves 9 and the Marlins 7. Now the famous neon of Ocean Drive in Miami Beach. Welcome back to baseball on MLB Network. David Phelps enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Stepping in, Brandon Phillips. He'll try and lead things off here in inning number 9.
Second baseman, Brandon Phillips.
9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Now here it comes. Grounded to short. Hechavarria has it. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
First baseman number 5. Freddie.
Now batting, Freddie Freeman is past batting line against David Phelps. He's gone 3 for 6. Into the windup and the pitch. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Well, should be 2-0, but he goes way out of the zone to go after that one, and it's even 1-1.
Well, that's not a good pitch for him to hit. Look, this fella's got so much power, but you got to bring the pitch into the zone. Chasing that one there, right there, I'd go back and throw it to him again.
Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistaken location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. A solo home run off the bat of Freddie Freeman. Home run number 3 here in the early going as they jump ahead by 3.
They still have the bottom of the 9th to try and stage a comeback, but one thing that's not coming back is this blast to extend the lead to 3. Nice knowing you've got some room for error, especially on the road.
Now batting.
Into the box,
fielder,
Matt Kemp. As the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. 3 for 4 so far and seeing it well in this ball game. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like he's a little bit more tentative throwing the ball across the plate.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. On the ground to the left side. Prado is there. Throw on to first takes care of Kemp as he's turned away for the second out.
Third baseman, number 13. Adonis Garcia.
Now in the box, Adonis Garcia. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. First pitch on its way. And that misses, ball 1. 1-0 count. Here it is. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
Pretty easy takes to start out this at bat. None of those pitches were even close to the strike zone.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. Nick Markakis would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Set to deal. Here's the 3-1, and he misses, ball 4.
And don't forget, he gave up a long ball earlier in this inning, so you can understand why he wasn't too aggressive with him there. When he got him to 3-1, he wasn't too anxious to challenge him.
Here's Nick Markakis now, the right fielder. His past batting line against David Phelps, 4 for 15. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a fastball right over the inside corner. And this will be fouled away. Now the 0-2 pitch. That misses, 1-2. One and two. Here it comes. A fastball that just misses inside. 2 out with a man at first. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
Full count here. Here comes the pitch. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on balls.
Well, it's obvious that earlier home run he gave up is still on his mind. He had him 3-2, but he didn't want to give him anything over the heart of the plate to hit, so we'll see if that walk comes back to hurt him.
Now at the plate, Dansby Swanson. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. The 1-0 delivery. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. Looking to minimize the damage here. A good action on the 2-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
2 strikes on the hitter and 2 outs. I like this. You got to get this out here. You don't want them to drive in a run and you go down 4. You keep it at 3. You still got a chance to break it open and win on a big inning.
2 down, runners at first and second. And he struck him out. So a good pitch there, and now they're going to need to string some hits together in this last at-bat if they want to get back in this thing. Braves get a run on the Freeman home run. Last chance coming up here for the Marlins. It's the Braves 10 and the Marlins 7. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Jim
attention,
Johnson
please.
comes out of the bullpen to
changes
shut
for
things
Atlanta.
down here in the ninth.
Now pitching and batting in the 7th spot, number 53, Jim Johnson. Now playing shortstop and batting in the 9th spot, number 8,
Giancarlo Stanton
James-
will stand in again as we flash you back to the middle innings here. This was a big blow, a 2-run home run that really got his guys going.
You know, something to keep in mind, they're really burning through that bullpen, and this is only the first game of the series. Definitely could have an impact on the rest of the series, and maybe even the whole week ahead.
And now a pitch on the way. And he misses again, 2-0.
You know, sometimes it takes a pitcher a few pitches to get going, but those 2 pitches weren't even close. Falls behind in the count, 2-0. It's time to start getting locked in.
Pitch on the way. Left side of the infield into the shift. Peterson fields it cleanly, and he'll beat the throw to first despite a fantastic effort, and that ought to be scored an infield single.
First baseman, Justin Bohr.
In now, Justin Bohr. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He went down on strikes last time up. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. And this is fouled straight back.
Oh, right there, sometimes you can just miss a ball. Doesn't mean you have to swing and miss, but that ball's right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't square it up the way he'd like to. He missed it.
Nobody out, runner on first. Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And he struck him out again. So that's the old sombrero there, partner. 4 strikeouts in the ballgame.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. One 1-0 pitch on the way. That's wide, 2-0.
Boy, you can see what he's trying to do right there. Double play situation. 2 balls down in the zone, trying to get that ground ball. Didn't get him to bite at either one. Now he's behind in the count, 2-0.
Here he comes on 2-0. Ball 3, 3-0.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the way pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with 1 away.
The closer is supposed to slam the door on his opponent, but he left the door wide open with a walk there. We'll see if they can capitalize on it.
Martin Prado now. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Fastball, and he has to bend out of the way of that one.
Let's go. Wait for the pitch.
A 1-0 delivery. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Markakis is over near the line now as he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So stepping in, A.J. Ellis. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the ninth. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A knee-high sinker. Tough pitch. Strike 1. The 0-1 delivery. And this one's in the dirt. Throw over to third here. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Well, you live by the sword, you die by it too. He went with an off-speed pitch down in the zone, and that's the risk you take there. The catcher can't come up with it, and 2 runners advance. Now they're both into scoring position.
Runners at second and third with 2 gone. In the dirt here, but Suzuki's able to keep it in front of him. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Back up the middle and through into center field. A base hit. And not in time as the run scores. But not in time as the run scores, and the lead is trimmed to 1.
Now you're down 1 with that hit right there. Now you're 1 big swing away from walking them off.
Here's Echeverria now, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Comes set, and the 0-1. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. A runner on first with 2 away. Now a ball hit pretty well to the left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. And here's a ball lifted back toward the stands in right, so we'll try it again at 1 and 2. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. There's a line drive, and that's going to get down. And now, how far will they send that man from first? So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double.
And if you're the manager, you've got to love that about your team. They were down to their last strike, but they refused to go down without a fight, so they lived to fight some more.
Matt Dendecker will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line.
Matt Dendecker.
In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And this should do it. And he will put this one away. And the Braves have taken game 1 of the series on the road as the ball game is over.
Well, that's just a great job of battling on the road. They fought all the way to the end, took the lead in the top of the 9th, and secured the W in the bottom half. That's a great team win.
And it's a 10-9 final at the end of this one. The Braves get the win on the heels of 4 home runs. Jaime Garcia earns his first win of the season. Jim Johnson records the save, his second. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB Network. Good night, everybody.